Hi everybody and welcome to my Wicked Wednesdays. I'm Robin, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Eastern Tennessee. I've got two projects for you today. I've got a trick and a treat. And for today's project, we're going to be doing this little Post-it note holder that's like an easel that can lift up and you can kind of put it that way or this way. And it's got a little pin holder. And then for the treat, I've got this cute little cracker box, which last night was the first time I'd ever made one, and they're really super easy and simple to make. So, and it's using some of our new Monster Bash sweet papers. And let me get some of the stuff over here and we'll start on it. And we'll start out with the this little cracker box here. And all you need is a 4.5 by 6.5 inch piece of paper. Let's see if I can scoot that up, make sure you can see that good. Okay. And all you're going to need to do is score it. And then I'm going to use my envelope punch and put some little notches in it so that we can get it folded the way it's supposed to. Okay, so with the 6-inch side, all you're going to do is score at, let's see, 1. Then we're going to score at 1.5, and then 2. Then we're going to go over here to the 4.5, and then 5 and 5.5. Okay, and then you're going to flip it to the 4.5 inch side, and you're just going to score 1 inch all the way across. So you're going to go to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and that's all you got to do for that. And so we'll get that out of the way, and I'm just going to take my, let's see, fold these in, give them a little bit of a crease. Let's see where my fold is. And that is the, oh, here we go. That's the ones I'm supposed to, the long side is the one that is folded that way. All right. Now for the long side, when you fold it up, all you're going to do is fold down and up and then down, and I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Just go, let's see, down, up, and down, where you've got kind of like that little shape right there, and it's gonna look like this right here. Okay. And then once you've got that folded, we're going to go back to these folds here. And this is where you're going to bring in your envelope punch board. And you're going to just go from, let's straighten that back up a little bit. You're going to punch it 1.5. And, hi Julie, thank you. And then we're going to go over to the 5. And then we're going to fold it and then do the same thing, 1.5, and then back over to the 5. And then we're going to take that next fold and 1.5 and 5, and then go to the next fold, and you're going to do that all the way down. So 1.5 and 5, and that's, I think that's all the folds. Yeah. Okay. All right, so we'll get that out of the way, and we'll get these little pieces out of the way. I've already knocked my garbage can over. Okay, and then the next thing you're going to do is just take, and I'm going to get some tearing tape, and I'm just going to put a little bit on this edge here, and then along this edge here, and then this one here. All right, now I'm just going to take these off, and then we're just going to fold it over here and then fold this to meet it. And I swear I think I should have had one and a half, two. Oh no, that was right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, I was just double checking. And then just put that together. And then that's the makings of your little box here. And then all I'm going to do is get some of our new, well actually it's not real new. It's in the annual catalog. It's we had it last year and it carried over. It's the black, glittered organdy ribbon is what it is. If you can, well, I'm out of the shot. Glittered organdy ribbon, and it's got that glitter in it. That's real pretty. And then I'm just going to take some, and I usually just take it off the roll. I don't really cut it. And then we'll put this down here, and then just do a little bow. Well, I always do this. I want to do bows, and then I get on the live and I can't do one to save my life. Okay. Let's get a hold of that. And then I'm just going to pull this in a little bit. And pull this in. And then just tighten it back up just a little bit. And then tighten that up. Okay, now let me get my scissors and we'll just snip that off and get this mess out of the way. And now what I'm going to put in it is the little kisses, and you can fit about 5 little kisses in there. So it's really a cost-effective little treat. And one of the tricks I've got for you is like some of these papers that I've been let's see, I think that might be big enough, that I've been cutting. I've been keeping all my scraps for, and you can do this and use up some of your scraps. All you need is the 3/4 inch punch, and just take it in and just punch a few of those out. Let's see, I need 5, so there's 2. And then I'll punch one of these, 3. And I'm gonna do one of these little yellow ones, and let's see, I'll punch out that little moon. I hope I'm in shot. Sorry if I've not been in shot. I've not been paying attention like I should have been. Okay, so that's one little way to use up your scraps that you have left from making projects, if you've been making them along with me. Let me grab some glue dots, and we'll just stick those on the bottoms of the kisses. And I'm just going to take, and there's one, and just stick it on the bottom of your kiss, and then that decorates the little kiss up too. And you can do that for any kind of project you might be using kisses for, birthday parties, or just Christmas, any kind of thing that you might be using candy for, a little theme of anything. And I got 2 more, and we'll just stick that there. And let's see, I've not used the spider web yet. We'll use it. Yeah, I know this paper is really cute. There's a lot of, it's hard to decide which side you want to use. Pretty much all of it. I like both sides, so I'm fixing to put in another order for some more paper because I've just been using it like crazy. All right, so I've got my 5 kisses in there, and what I'm going to do is just take some more of this organdy ribbon and just do another bow on this side. Let's see if I can get it turned around here to where I can try to tie one. Oops, I got it twisted. Okay. And then just tighten that up, and then that way it'll hold your kisses in there and they're not going to fall out. And let me see if I can pull this through on the first try. And then just kind of pull that a little bit, and then chop your ends off just like that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just put, let me stick my little pin in here to hold that together. I got that little trick from Dina Rico. She does that with hers, and I thought, well, that'd be pretty neat to do. And then, okay. And then the next thing I need to do is, well, I've got that upside down. All right, hang on. Let me put this where it's right side up because that'll bug me. Just twist that around. Now we're right side up. Okay, the next thing I want to do is use the Trick or Treat stamp, and that is actually from our Itty Bitty Greetings set, and it's in the annual catalog. And I've got a piece of scrap paper here, and I'm going to get my Memento black ink and just, let's see, make sure I'm in, and just, let's see, about right there looks good. And then I'm going to use our label punch, and I'm going to kind of put it, I kind of want it closer to the left than I do the right. So make sure it's straight, and then I'm just going to punch it out. And I want the end bannered, so I'm just going to stick that back in here and just kind of get that little piece there and punch it, and then that way it banners your end. And then what I'm going to do is take the, I cut out a few of these little spiders, and that's actually from the Wonderfully Wicked set, the little die that comes with it as a bundle, and it's got this little spider in it that's really cute. So I just cut out a few of those because I thought I'd use those on some projects. And then I'm going to get, let's see, my dimensionals. I'm going to get one of these little ones, the little mini dimensionals, and get my little take your pick tool, and I'm just going to stick it on the back of him. And let's get this out of the way. And then I'm just going to stick him right out here on the edge beside my Trick or Treat. And one last thing I'm going to do is we got to get him all glittered up a little bit so he's not all plain. I'm just going to take my Wink of Stella, and you see how it's kind of giving it a little bit of a, it gives it a little bit of a shine. I don't know if you can, yeah, there, see, a little shine to it. I love my Wink of Stella pen. And then all I'm going to do for the back of that, I'm not going to pop it up since I popped up the, just going to take some of my mono adhesive and just stick it right on here. And there you go. Let's see, straighten that up just a little bit. Cute little treat box. And it really doesn't take that much paper, and like I said, just 5 little kisses, and you can punch out the little circles to go on them just to kind of dress them up too, and it's really cute. And then I think this paper is really cute for this too, the little with the books and stuff on it. All right, now the next project we're gonna do is the little, and I know I just showed it to, oh there it is. Started to say I've already lost it, and I just showed it to you guys. Is this little mini, the little post-it note holder. And all you need for that, let me move some of this stuff out of the way, is, I figured I decided to make them match today. That way you could kind of give it as like a little gift set for somebody. So, let's see, yeah, I'm fixing to use that cat punch. I think it's great. I'm glad they carried it over from last year. Okay. Now, you need a piece of cardstock that's 3.5 by 10 inches. And then you need another piece of cardstock that's 3.5 by 4 1/8. Oops, drag that right off of there. And then I'm going to layer mine, and to layer the piece on this one, I've got this piece, which is 4 by 3 3/8. That's just going to layer on top of this here. Well, let's see. And just layer that there. And then I've got a piece of cardstock that I'm going to put on the bottom underneath my little post-it notepad, and it's a 3 3/8 by 3.5, and that's just going to go down here. And then this DSP is going to go for the top, and it's just going to layer on top of that black piece. So what you have to do to this is we're going to score it, and get my little score machine up here, and let's see, I'm going to score it at, oh, hang on, I dropped my little bone folder. Alright, so the 3.5 by 10, you just take the 10 inches and you're going to score at 4 1/8, which would be the little tick mark between the 4 1/4. So you're going to score at 4 1/8. Then you're going to score at 4 1/2. Then you're going to score at 8 1/2. 8 7/8, which is the little tick mark between the 9 and the 8 3/4. So 8 7/8. Then 9 1/4. And 9 5/8, which would be, you just 1 2 3 4 5. So the little tick right after 9 1/2, so 9 5/8. All right, and then that's all the scoring that you've got to do. And let's see, you fold the bottom up, and you leave just the one score on the back here, and then it's gonna go like this. Is gonna, the bottom piece is gonna go in, let's see, and then down, and let's see, and then you fold that up there. Just make sure I'm getting this right. Yeah, okay. No. All right. And then, let's see, the top, you fold the first score line here. And then this piece here that's got this, you can, and I think I actually did, my other one is scored it in between this one here. But you can just take, and as long as you're folding it up to that first score line, you can just fold it over and then burnish it down. because that's the piece that little extra, this piece here is going to go on here. So, all right, and then let me try to remember how so that one, because you have to score, I'm pretty sure you leave that there, and then, yeah. All right, so then you're going to take your scissors for this, where you scored and you just had the one score line on the back, or where you folded over. And I'm going to kind of use my pen as a guide, because the last one I cut it right in the middle, and then the pen, it fits it, but I'd rather have it up here so that the little clip catches it. So I'm going to go over this way some, and I'm just going to cut it probably about, say, let's see, what is that? Probably about 1/2 inch in or so. And then another one like that. And then that's gonna, so when you do that, this is gonna fold down here, and then that's gonna push that pin slot out like that. So the first one's gonna be flat here, and these will be glued together here, and then this bottom piece is gonna be flat, and then that's gonna end up pushing your pin holder out. And hopefully I've done that far enough to where, yeah. And then that way my little clip will catch on it and just give it a little bit more security on that. And then you need some tape, and I'm just going to use score tape. And let's see, you listen to me. You put your tape on the very bottom one, and then the one next to it, and then you skip this next to last one from the bottom here, and just put a piece on the very bottom. And then I'm going to take those off. And let's see, I have to look at it. You can take it off one at a time, but I'm going to just go ahead and take mine off so that I can, no, I didn't get that down good enough. Let's see. All right, and then we'll get this one off. And, oh, uh-oh. Sorry, Wendy. I was all out of frame, wasn't I? All right, let's see if I can push this up. Maybe I'll remember to. And then what's going to happen is this bottom piece is going to go down, and these are going to go together, and then this bottom piece here is going to go down. So that's going to give us the little mechanism that you need. See how that's together there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start layering these and putting these on. And so let's see, this smaller piece, which is my 3 3/8 and by 3 1/2, is going to go right down here on the bottom. So let me get my glue back out, and then we're gonna, let's see, I was trying to make it to where it was a little bit not so close, and maybe I won't be out of shot so much. I was trying to, can you guys still see it okay though if it's a little bit further away? Okay. All right, so this is my 3 3/8 by 3 1/2 that's going to go on the bottom here, and I'm just going to put some glue on here. Let me get the corner. And then I'm just gonna put that in between my line up there and then my line down here. Actually, I think, oh, I got that. Yeah, I turned that around wrong. So I want to stick that. I'm kind of going to stick it closer to that and then get the sides where you can have a little bit of a gap, because this is going to go straight up against this anyway. So we'll do that. And then I've got another little trick for you for my trick portion. And this black layer that this is going to go on, nobody's ever going to see the bottom of it. So if you want to conserve paper and not have to cut out an extra piece of paper just to get your cat punch out of, just use that middle piece and just kind of make sure you're in the middle. And I just go as far up as it'll go. And then punch out my little cat here. And then that way you're not having to cut extra paper just to get your cat punch to go for your little embellishment for the front. Okay, so this black layer is going to go on top of this layer here. So let me just get some glue on here. I'm going to kind of go down here where it punched out just so it has some stability when it gets put down on there. And then we're just going to layer that here, and I'm going to take my right-hand side up so that you can't see it from the back once, because you can see the back once you put it on, because it's not actually all, you just put the bottom portion on it and that's still showing. But, and then get that on there. And now I'm just going to take my DSP, put some paper, put some glue on it. And let's see, scoot that out of the way and make sure I'm in the shot. And just layer it on here. All right. And then I'm going to, let's see. Oh, I've also got a piece of terracotta tile is one of the colors that's in this. And since this had so many colors, I thought I'd just do, instead of, I opted with going with the crushed curry, but I thought I would go ahead and just do the terracotta tile and just throw some more colors since it's really colorful anyway. And I'm going to use the Boo to You stamp, and that's actually in the stamp set's called Boo to You, and it's got these cute little images on here, and then these two sentiments on here. And I'm going to take it and my Memento ink. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way again. And I don't know what I do with my lid. Oh, there it is. Move that out of the way. Okay, everything's still in the shot. And I'm going to take, well, actually, before I do that, let me just cover that up before I do something. All right, let's see. I'm going to, oh, I wrote on that, didn't I? Well, I'll tell you what, I wrote with pencil, so it's not going to matter. I can just erase that off. All right. Because I want my cat facing that way. That's one thing about that punch. You can, just in regular cardstock, you can have it facing any way you want to. But I'm gonna put some Wink Estella on this too. And I'm gonna go ahead and just put it on there before I do that other. That way it can be drying a little bit. But this stuff is really neat because you don't have to do much of anything besides just paint it on there. And then that way it gives it a little bit of shine, and it's not really kind of dull looking with just the flat black. You could also, if you wanted to give it some extra dimension, you could put it through an embossing folder and that would look good too, I think. Hi, Cindy. Yeah, I know. Anything with glitter, Wendy, I'm all about it. All right. Now, let's see. I'm going to take my Memento and stamp up this Booty U. And then I'm going to kind of, I want a little bit, I don't think I cut that straight, did I? No, I didn't. Let me cut this just a minute. Alright, I'm going to straighten it up just a little bit, and then I got a little wonky on my cutting. Okay, now just stamp up the Booty U, and I want to go, I'm going to cut a banner in it, so I want to go up just a little bit. So probably, I'm going to say right here, I guess. And then stamp it down. And then there's the Booty U. And an easy way to do, if you don't have a banner punch, a lot of times I've got, I don't have it with me, but I've got a punch that's the tailored tag punch, I think, and it's kind of like a little, kind of like an elongated diamond shape, and I use it and cut the middle out. But this is just an easy way to do it. You just cut up the middle with your scissors, and then all you have to do is go from one end to the end of that cut that you made, and then just turn it over and do the same thing, and it makes it makes a little banner for the bottom, and it's quick and easy. So you can always do that with just scissors and not have to have all the different punches and all that stuff. So all right, let me get my tearing tape again, and because this is going to be moved a lot, I like tearing tape because it's really strong. So I'm just going to take that, and I'm going to take that just so it'll cut off of there better. And then, whoops, there. All right, and then push those down. Try to get those strips off. They're not wanting to work today. Nope. Let's see. All right, pokey tool to the rescue. And then we'll do, uh-oh, I have went too far. Make sure when you're putting this on here that you don't go over. Let's see. I may be able to salvage that because you're really not going to see it anyway. And we'll just take and kind of roll that off of there a little bit. Okay, all right, now I got that off. I still need one strip on the bottom of that though. And then just cut that, and then we'll just take that off and we'll be ready to put that little piece on that we've layered up here. And all you have to do is just kind of line it up with the bottom. I've already got ink all over me. Just line it up here at the bottom, and then let's see, make sure it's straight. Okay, and then we'll just give it a good push, make sure it's on there good, and then there you go for that. You've got that, and then also I used some more of that organdy ribbon. There it is. Started to say I've lost it already too. I'm just losing everything tonight. Thank you, Stephanie. Hello. I got two of my girls on here watching. I'm just going to tie a little piece on here on the very back or top portion, I guess you could say, of this little banner. And all I'm going to do is tie a knot and just make it just something to add a little extra to it. And you just pull that through. And then get your scissors and just do a little diagonal cut. And then you've got your little banner here. And see, it's got that glitter all over it. It gets everywhere. All right. Now we're almost to the end of this. Let me scoot some of this stuff out of the way. And I'm gonna, I'm pretty sure I popped this up too. So let me get my Stampin' Dimensionals back out. And we'll just put some on him. And I put quite a few because I want him to be able to, I don't want him sagging on there anywhere. And then I'm going to take my, we have these that are the larger ones and then the smaller ones. And what I'm going to do is just take a small one and stick down here on his foot. And if you wanted to, you could probably, let's see. A lot of these, if you get these Stampin' Dimensionals, don't forget to use the ends because they're just as good as the, all the in-between. So we'll slide that out of the way. And then we're gonna take the back ends off of this. Hi, Ella. Everybody make sure you comment, and if you'd like to share, you can do that too, and then you'll be entered into the drawing for next week. So I'm just gonna put this little cat right down here at the bottom, and then I'm just gonna glue this down to the top. So just put a little glue and then make sure to put some on that banner or the ribbon just so it stays put good. And then I'm just going to put this up here towards the top. And then there's the little front. Now for your post-it note holder, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some more of that turn tape and put on the back. And you could always refill this, like if you got another thing of post-it notes, you could just take the backing off it and then stick it to this back end, so you can always keep using it over and over. Like if you wanted to make it with just regular DSP that you like flowery or anything that matches like your room that you've got it in, or your decor or anything like that. So let me grab some more of this, and I'm just gonna put it, let's see. Okay, so this is the top, and I'm just going to put some across there, and then in the middle, and then on the end. And there. Thank you, Ella. These are really fun to make. I think they make great gifts too, and you really don't have a lot of money in it, so it's nice to be able to give something that's cute. And I mean, you could use, depending on what kind of paper you use, you could put Christmas paper on it, give it for a Christmas gift, or any kind of fun festive paper, give it to your teachers for end of year gifts, or just anytime during the year. You could do the Halloween and give it to the teacher before, you know, the Halloween break there. So you just push this down in here and kind of press it up there. Make sure it's adhered really good. And then this will stand up like, let's see. Let me make sure I got my folds in here good. But this, well, I didn't fold that one either. Let's see. All right, just make your folds. And then see, it'll stand up, and it's not really a good shot, but you can stand it up like this behind that, because it'll catch on the top of this, or you can just use it and let it go down to the end there. And I've got these little Halloween pins, and I got these at the Dollar Tree last year. They may have them again this year, but they come in a pack and have a lot of cute little different different pictures on them, and I think they're really cute. And you could and you can use those, and then just that way it kind of ties in together, and you just put your pin on there, and that's you're good to go. All right, I'm gonna take, this is my Stampin' Chamois. This is one of the, we've got a couple different things that you can use to clean your stamps with, but this one's really good, and it gets them like really clean. And then we've also got the Stampin' Scrub that I like too. But they're okay. So there's these projects and my little cracker boxes, and oh, there's my other one. So these are the projects for today, and I hope you enjoyed them, and I appreciate you guys for coming. Next week, remember, I'll be back with 2 more projects for you, and I will post the prize winner tonight for last week's, and then next week I'll try to get on the ball and have it and let you know who won during my live. So thanks everybody for joining me, and I really appreciate you guys coming by, and I will see you again next week. Bye.